Okay.
Hidden Object Guru here, joined by.
The Gun Wrangler.
We're back to talk more television, but also we're back into the world of Sniper Elite. Last time we were playing Nazi Zombie Army. I believe 2?
Yep.
We finally moved on to Sniper Elite 3, which was the start of them doing complete co-op experiences in their main game, not just in their bonus Nazi zombie games, which is kind of cool. And now,
Why is your gun not assembled, bro?
It
I've
is.
got so many.
It is weird that he's, assembling it during an air raid. Oh, sorry, not an air raid,
An assault.
artillery raid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a little crazy. And we are twins. Okay. All right, let's try this. So, starting off, we watched a little show called Counterpart. Episode 7, which was kind of a big deal because we were like, how are they gonna unwind all of this quail stuff after last week? After 2 weeks ago, because 2 weeks ago was the 2 weeks ago was the episode where everything went down at the home base, which I kind of enjoyed, and then we had this big episode, which was Whoo Doggy. They made us wait 2 weeks for Twin Cities, which was amazing. Yeah.
Admittedly, it was really good.
It was a great episode. But then we finally got here, and can I just say a bunch of the quail stuff really pissed me off. I know that they had to give him the character moment of quitting his job, but at the same time, how do you still have a job?
Yeah.
How? How do you still have a job, dude?
Because, dude, you're just really bad at everything all the...
Oh my god, all of the time. You're terrible all the time. And the crazy part about it was, I know you're Toby's son-in-law, but it's the idea that he is walking into a meeting and being like, yeah, let's have the guy who's been compromising all of our operations for the past 5 years here in this meeting.
Yeah.
What?
I've got some questions.
It should not take Quail to know that he shouldn't be there. Yeah, okay, the woman in the investigator, right? Their investigator also, thank God, knew he shouldn't be there. But yeah, Toby, you should not be defending him. He's obviously gotta go.
He's obviously been a piece of shit this entire time.
Yes. But it's who on earth hears that, oh, yeah, this guy has been completely compromised for the past half a decade and been ruining all our operations. Let's let him keep his job.
Okay, I need some way to destroy this flak wagon.
Yeah, you have to shoot the gas tank under it. There's a gas tank at the bottom, and if you could shoot that, that would be fantastic. Do you see the gas tank?
Yep.
Alright. I don't know if I'd be able to hit that, but you take a shot. I just tried to angle at it from the top, but it's behind a mountain. Also, flak wagons are terrifying. Destroy the heavy artillery. That's not heavy artillery.
Can you spot for me?
Sure, yeah. I'll just
Sent.
tag something in the environment. I'm forgetting how to do this. There we go. Alright, so where is this? Alright, so there's the tank is
there we go.
Did it tag it on the thing when I grabbed it? When I tagged it?
Yeah, it gave me a distance, so I could actually range my shot properly.
Oh, wow. God, they really worked out the sniping in this game, didn't they? That's the game's whole thing, so I guess it's not surprising. But it's nice to see that they actually thought that, so if I tag something, it shows you the range of the guy.
Yeah.
That's great. Ugh.
It's really quite important.
Oh no, it's vitally, because how else are you going to know how to work the scope? I get it, but that's great. I am hurt. Equip. Oh, yeah, because they're teaching me how to use the medikit. Right. Okay. And I will heal myself. Nice. But yeah, it was very frustrating watching those scenes. And I mean, they get us where we have to go, but it was frustrating getting there. You know?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
part of it is just there's been really nothing.
Yes.
No redeeming qualities for Quail,
No.
except for, his absurd luck.
Yeah, well, that's not really a redeeming quality. It's often a frustrating quality. No, it's funny because he's just a very, very lucky man, and the only thing redeeming is that he has a very likable prime version. I think that is the only thing that is super likable about the man. That his prime version seems like a fun guy. Okay, they want us to do a lot of stabbing people in the back now. So let's get on to
This is
that.
why we have the well rod.
No, stabbing people in the back.
Oh, they
Yeah, they wanted you to get close and do stealth kills for a bonus, an experience bonus. So, be careful. Just like that, yeah. Oh, no, okay, you're in a... Alright, you're in a fist fight. That is not ideal.
That was so bad.
I couldn't have done... You get into a fist fight with a man and then I shoot him with a rifle. That was not... That might be the opposite of stealth. Don't know how that could have gone much worse. Luckily, there's artillery going on. So, it's not like they know we did that. Or are looking for us. Only headshots kill instantly. Alright, let me try this. Alright, that worked fine. So yeah. He had a friend nearby, so I'm just going to try and kill his friend. But yeah. Okay, that's bad. Alright, well, we're just going to not tell people this happened. In the future, people ask about this, it never happened. Oh, good, we've got a thing to blow up. So it's interesting when you watch it, though. Like, I do really enjoy his performance. But it's his performance as the world's most infuriating character.
Whoa, Jesus.
What happened?
We missed a guy.
Oh, have you got
I
him?
need an adult.
Oh, no. I'm here. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, that's bad. I'm trying to help you, dude. Nice. Whew. Alright, how do I resuscitate you? Oh, there we go. Alright, let's also use some health. So yeah, it's a good performance in one of the most infuriating characters on television.
I think it's more infuriating not because it's a bad performance or he's a bad person or...
Yeah.
It's more... Everything he does is basically unearned.
Yes, that's true. Well, and I kind of like that they actually pointed that out in the show this week. That he didn't get anything because he deserved it. He didn't deserve anything he has. He just got it. And Toby, quite reasonably, did you just plant some dynamite to blow that up?
I did.
I will back away then. And, oh, are you going to shoot it or did you set a fuse?
I didn't set a fuse, so I'm just going to...
No, let me just set a fuse. It's safer. So yeah, do you know how to set fuses?
I do not.
All right, actually, you come here and I'll show you how, so you can do it later. It's actually very convenient. So walk up to it.
Yep.
Hold down the wheel button.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, walk right up to the dynamite.
I've already set my only piece of dynamite.
Oh no, that's fine. Walk right up to the dynamite, like right next to it. Okay. Now hold down the wheel button, and at the top right of the wheel will be flint and steel. So select that. And then press right button to use it, and you will set a fire, and it'll give you a countdown for when it's going to set off the dynamite. And you can actually see the countdown on screen. It's very convenient.
Alright, dynamite.
Yeah, and then you just put down the dynamite, set the flint and steel, and you should be good to go. Okay, are you standing next to it? Okay, there we go. I was a little worried there for a second. But then I realized the countdown was the one I set, not the one you set. See? Isn't that convenient?
There we go.
It's nice. So yeah, it's infuriating because he doesn't deserve anything he has. And I think a problem with the show, it's not a big problem, the problem with the show is it's like we've never seen him be good at his job.
Then again, his job was, at the beginning, just basically,
Yeah.
like, he was a glorified accountant.
That's true. You know, because the thing is, he wasn't making any big decisions. He had a spy master there telling him what to do all the time, and his job was just do whatever his spy master said they should do.
Just listen to his spy master, basically.
Yeah. And who was spy master? Who was pretty good at his job. He just didn't realize that, you know, both his boss's wife and secretary were working against them. If it hadn't been for that, hoo boy, that spy master would have been in an okay situation. So yeah, that's pretty, like, he was kind of in an impossible situation. Are you in a gunfight?
No, not anymore.
Okay, I enjoyed that. So yeah, and once again, a big theme in this series, right, is there's one thing I've learned about this series is don't drive in a. Okay, you got hurt. All right, I'm gonna come and try to help. Don't sit in a car ever, because people are forever getting shot while they're in cars watching places. Like, that happens a lot on this show. No! I got shot! Oh, there's another guy over there?
There's quite a number of people here.
Alright, I killed a dude. I'm coming to help you now. No, there was a guy behind me. It was very embarrassing. Ah, here he is. Nope. Gotcha. Is he down?
But yes, part of it is security on our side is uniquely awful.
Yeah, because it's not just an issue of like that they're tactically insane, right? That they just don't know what they're doing. It's also like, sorry, it's not overall that they don't have good security, which they don't. It's also that, like, I keep harping on the fact that they don't understand like basic tradecraft stuff. Like, you know, don't just sit in a car watching a door. Especially when you know, because the thing is, the people they're covering, what do you call it? Covering Quayle's house, they are both...
literally anyone at any time is just standing around outside being...
That's what I'm... Oh, no, yeah, we see 4 people just standing... Okay, they got me. If you could help me out, that would be great. Maybe shoot him first. Because, you know, obviously, he's got me kind of pinned down, and I don't want you to get shot as well. Yeah, it's like, we see the guys at Howard and Emily's, right? Howard and Emily's, just standing around outside. I'm like, you're like, I mean, maybe you're not spies, but you're supposed to be security professionals. Yay, we did it! We both got knocked down a bunch of times, but we did do it. Alright, come and save me. It's like, you're supposed to be security professionals, and you're literally just standing around on the street. And the thing is, so the 2 guys who were watching Quayle and Claire, right? They know that they don't trust Quayle, and they know that there might be people coming to kill him. And yet they're just sitting in a car, staring at his front door. Which, just my question to you, who killed those guys? Because when Howard gets there, they're already dead.
That's a fairly good question. You want to take this Nebelwerfer?
Oh, no, you don't have to blow it up. We killed the crew. We just have to keep moving. I mean, you know what? I will, now that you say that, but you don't have to.
Alright.
It's just fun to do. Oh, yeah, you're gonna... Oh, no, that's not a sniper's point. Alright, I thought you were going to open up a sniper's point for us. Oh, collectible playing cards. Nice. Well, bravo.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because you get these 2 guys, and I'm like, did Claire kill those guys? I mean, obviously
We,
we can't believe Quail did because he's terrible at everything.
yeah,
But or did
I
the
think Claire did because we've shown that she can
she does
kill
love
people.
murder. I'm not gonna claim she doesn't love murder. It's been well established that she's a big fan of murder.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probable that Claire did. Oh, one element in the game I didn't tell you about. What you want to do when you're sniping in a stealth situation is look for a generator, right?
Yep.
Then you sabotage the generator, and then at the top of the screen, there's going to be a little indicator of concentric, like rippling circles, and that's going to tell you that you are currently sound masked. And if
Okay.
you fire while sound masked, they won't hear the rifle shot. So if
That's
you
pretty
kill a
good.
guy while sound masked, they won't know where the shot came from. If
Interesting.
somebody sees it, they'll still know they're being sniped at, but they won't know where the shot came from, so you should be good to go. All right, so Gabaroon. I wanted to warn you because we were going into a more stealth-focused mission. All right, yeah, and at the same, it's just crazy to me, and I guess I could believe that that she could, because she is Toby's daughter and no one suspects her, she could walk up and shoot them,
Yeah.
right? But by comparison, what the hell happened back at Howard and Emily's place? There were 4 guys there, and somehow the Indigo people got into the apartment.
Well, let's face it, the Indigo people are much, much more competent. Like, orders of magnitude better.
It does seem that way. Like, it really does seem that way. But it was still a weird scene to have them, being attacked that way.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
oh yes, go.
The other thing is, we've known before that our side security is terrible from failing to do basic things like lock your fucking doors.
I know.
Right? This is
Really just job 1 type stuff.
like, yeah, pretty much. That's how this breaks down.
Yeah. No,
Because
that's true. Like, that's how bad they are. One thing, and at the same time, you got the stuff with Ian and the guy from management, and I'm like, what exactly are you? I mean, I know I'm really disappointed that Ian got himself, that Ian got his wife killed. Which, oof,
yeah,
that was rough. But the question becomes, I was a little confused by once we see that. Oh, wait, you got to ready up in the campaign.
I know I'm fiddling with my garbage.
Oh, you got a loadout? Got a new loadout?
Yeah, I got some new toys.
Okay. You're psyched about your new rifle. I still don't have a new rifle. Damn it. Yeah, if you want different scopes and such, you actually have to find them within the game world, which is kind of neat. Yeah, because you can do different scopes on different rifles. So you can find the exact scope you like, but you do have to find it by searching a dude's body. I think they took that out of Part 4 because they thought it was too hard to find all of the items.
Yeah.
But in Part 3, you really, you can actually use your scope to tag guys and find out who has what items.
Yeah.
It's actually very cool. But
It
ending
is.
in that. I love this game. So yes, we will try stealthing it up this time. And,
We'll make the effort.
we'll put in the effort, and I will try. Have you used your binoculars yet?
No.
You right-click, use binoculars, then you click on the trigger to tag people. And, I'll just show you how it works. And then the guys will turn up on the map, and you'll be able to know exactly where they are. Okay, well, they're actually doing a training about sound masking now, so I didn't have to tell you. So yeah, what I was going to say was, it just seems crazy to... Alright, how do I tag? Oh, there we go, tag.
All
I
right,
can't
yeah.
tag people.
Yeah, you
Because
can.
we're setting to authentic, you can't tag people. I can just tag a place in the environment, letting you know that the guy's there.
All right,
All right,
spot
so
for me then.
wait. I'll sabotage this. Oh, you already sabotaged it. Good.
Yeah.
All right, so do you see the markers telling you when you can shoot? At the top of the screen?
I'm not seeing anything right now.
We'll just wait for it, and you'll see it. Anytime you're ready. See, there you go.
Shit. Well, I shot him in the ass. Because apparently a 306 won't go through someone's helmet.
Okay,
Which
that's
was
pretty funny. All right. Yeah, if we play on a lower difficulty, I can actually tag guys, and then you'll see their silhouette even if they're behind something. It's actually a very good system. But
shit.
it's not there for authentic sniping. Which, I get why it's not there for authentic sniping.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just frustrating on the show that, like, these people are so bad at this. I'm very interested in the plot. I can't wait to see where it goes, but oh my god, you guys are so bad at this. Also, like, I'm a little baffled as to what management wants.
I'm somewhat unclear myself.
Yeah, like, because they got their guy, and so she calls in the raid on the base. Ian doesn't pass that along. Or even answer his phone. She doesn't call anybody else. And then management shows up and it's like, okay, well, let's just kill everybody. Like, what? I really thought you guys had a better plan than this. At least I hoped you did. So yeah, that was a little on the frustrating side. All right. So, Counterpart, we're going to talk about episodes 8 and 9 next time, but let's move on to Star Trek Discovery, episodes 2 and 3 of Season 2, which... Whew!
And you thought previous episodes
Oh my God.
were uniquely awful? No.
I mean, I had no idea. What the hell were they doing this week? So, okay. I got into a discussion this about somebody. So the first one is they find a guy that the Red Angel, the person who's made all of the markings for them to go search down, that the Red Angel has left in has grabbed a few hundred people back 200 years ago, and now there's 10,000 people who have set up, essentially an Amish community on an alien planet. Which actually, honestly, I'm surprised they were able to build such nice houses. Sorry, I was dealing with a phone call and I got killed, so now we're back. That was embarrassing. But yes, what I was saying was, all they had was the contents of a single church, and they're like, yep, I guess we've managed to build
literally everything.
Everything. I mean, I know it's been 200 years, but do these guys know how to, like, put together a lathe and a plane? Like,
what about a cotton gin?
Yeah, like, how are they making these clothes is my question. I know a lot of them are like a lot of them are wearing leather, so I guess there are definitely space deer that they are using to build clothes out of, but still, it's a little weird to watch. All right, so I've got a line on this guy. He's 71 meters out, so that means I aim there to hit him in the chest-ish.
All right, I got one of the guys in the guard towers.
Okay, good.
All right, this guy... Helmets actually do protect people.
That's good to know. I killed the dude while sound masked. So that worked out perfectly.
I shot him in the spine, and he seemed rather unimpressed by the...
bullet in his spine.
Yep.
Okay. Then I threw a grenade, which was a little embarrassing, but I think everybody's dead, so it looks like we're good.
We've got at least two more.
Oh, okay. Well, I will keep my eye out. But anyway, so yeah, that bothered me a little, but that's just details. So here's the thing that really got me about this episode. They're like, we absolutely can't tell them that Earth is fine because they're a civilization we're not allowed to interact with. And I'm like, here's the thing. Okay. It is Starfleet protocol to not interfere with pre-warp civilizations. I completely understand that, 100%. But when did humanity get warp? Was it like 2080 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2080. And these guys are from 2055. So they're pre-warp by 10 years. And the only reason they don't have warp is because aliens kidnapped them. Like, it should be a more difficult, like... Pike should not be so 100% sure that they can't risk talking to them. and revealing what's going on. And you know what? Just generally bringing them back to Earth.
Be like, what up, yo? We cured polio. That might help you.
Well, it's 2050, so, you know. But these people, you do make a good point. These people don't have antibiotics. You know, they don't have any advanced medical facilities. They have regressed as a civilization because they've been cut off and they think Earth was destroyed, right?
Yep.
And the plan is to just leave them there. Now, it's not the same as that Deep Space Nine episode about the Luddite cult. Like the woman who kidnaps all those people and forces them to live in a pre-technological area. A pre-technological world.
Forces them. I
think
that's
she's
the
a
key
monster.
thing.
Yeah, she's a monster, and they absolutely do the wrong thing at the end of that episode. Whereas this one, they do the wrong thing as well, but I understand it this time it's more of a morally gray issue, because, for example, when Kirk finds the planet of Native Americans who were kidnapped 2,000 years ago by weird aliens to set up their own reserve, like, they're not immediately, oh, let's bring them back to Earth and talk about and explain to them what's going on or anything like that, right? Because they're like, well, this is an independent civilization. But I don't think it's safe to say that the 10,000 people on this planet are like a fully independent civilization that is separate from humanity the way those Native Americans were.
Yeah.
Like, they're really not. And so while I think it's debatable from a Starfleet ethics standpoint whether or not you should tell them and bring them back, it is debatable they shouldn't be acting like this is an easy question to answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but they also shouldn't be...
What?
I don't know. Like, you can't be dicks about it, essentially.
No, you can't be dicks about it. That's true.
You can't be like, hey, yo, we're here from the future, except it's regular times. Y'all want some medicine?
No, I mean, obviously they should set up a first contact protocol, but they should be doing first contact, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they have to set up a protocol, and they have to do it carefully, and they have to do it respectfully to these guys' religion based around the Red God, or whatever they call her. The Red Angel. Right? Like, they have to do it respectfully, and they have to do it carefully, but they should be doing it, is what I'm saying. And their response is, no, it's fine. Just leave them here to all die of scurvy.
Yeah, I didn't see too much citrus all up in that.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, do they have oranges? Do they have lemons? What's the situation on this weird middle of the, this weird middle of the Beta Quadrant? The Beta Quadrant! That's really far from Earth, guys.
Yep.
That's an
also, how did
excessive
Discovery
distance.
get there without its, stolen spore drive?
Well, they did get there with the stolen spore drive.
God, that bothered me so much.
Like, they just turned the spore drive back on. So,
Well, there's beyond that.
yeah.
The fact of the matter is, have you heard the story about how the entire tardigrade thing was actually stolen
What?
from a game?
Really?
Yep.
What was it stolen from?
Oh, I forget what the game is called,
Yeah?
but
Nice shoot.
I'm gonna move now.
Okay.
So essentially, the entire idea of the spore drive, the tardigrade,
The
Stamets,
mycelium network
and Stamets himself
is all from something.
is all from a game that came out on Steam in 2012.
What?
Yeah, and so
All right, well, I'm going to
There's
look
some-
this up. We're not going to talk about this now. I'm going to have to look this up, but wow.
there's some rather intense litigation occurring on the subject.
Seriously?
Yep.
That's crazy. All right, I'm excited to find out the story. Where's the guy who shot you?
I shot him in the face.
Oh, okay, good. I'll just come and rescue you then. Oh, they're doing the SOS thing to let me know that you're bleeding out. That's nice. All right,
But,
I will rescue you. I'm gonna look that up because wow, I had no idea. But yeah, the jump drive, really, there was a lot of drama about that jump drive and can they use it and is it good to use it. In this season, they're just, oh no, let's just go. It's fine.
Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Let's go to the beta quadrant. You know, that's not a big deal, is it? That being said, at one point in the original series had such a bad grasp of how big space was. At one point, they're like, let's just go to the edge of the galaxy.
True.
Maximum warp. Let's go to the edge of the galaxy. We'll be there in 8 hours. I'm like, okay. We've been dragged by these aliens to the void space between galaxies. Quick, let's get back to Earth. In 200 years? Like, so yeah, not having they're kind of doing the same thing about the distances, except now they've got the spore drive to cheat their way around it.
Yep, but so that's all stolen.
I'm interested to see the thing it was stolen from. I want to totally look into that between. But irrespective of that part, sabotage. Let's get ready to shoot a dude. All right, so let's just shoot while we're doing the while we got sound masking.
Okay, enter the
They
sniper's
already know where
nest,
we are?
and literally everyone knows where I is.
Where you were? Yeah. Okay, this is a problem. Well, now they're shooting me as well. Oh, I got him. Good. Whew.
Very nice shot.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. Got him right in the collar. So yeah, but what bothered me most is, why is she keeping it a secret that she saw the Red Angel when she was on the asteroid?
It doesn't make any sense. Much
Because
like
when she first sees, she's like, maybe it's a hallucination. I'm like, well, first off, if you're having hallucinations,
you should tell a medical professional.
Yes, you're a science officer. If you think you're hallucinating, and we'll get to that in a second, report it. And then the second you see a stained glass window of the thing you hallucinated, well, that is the moment where you tell your commanding officer what you saw.
How about this? You consult a doctor immediately.
No, you should. If you think if you were hallucinating, you consult a doctor immediately. That's just common sense. That's the thing. If I ever saw a space monster, I would immediately consult a physician. Right? And it's not like she was running out of oxygen or had some weird thing happening. She was just in her spacesuit and she saw this Red Angel thing, which was bathed in crazy light. And then she just so she doesn't tell anybody, which is crazy enough. But then the next frigging day, well, not day, but the next episode, she sees that same Red Angel on a stained glass window, and she still keeps her mouth shut about it for 20 minutes. I'm like,
Michael Burnham is literally the worst at everything.
She really is the worst at everything. That. Oh, God! Did you see that cut-in? No, you didn't see that cut-in.
No.
I hit a man in the ankle, and his foot spun around 180 degrees.
I've seen soccer games like that.
Jesus Christ. That's a horrible thing to say. But anyway. Ah, damn it, I missed. Alright, well, this is just embarrassing. Nice
there we
work. Go. He's still alive, so I'm going to murder him. Okay, that was pretty terrible. Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Alright, I gotta heal up, so you take the guy who's on my 3 o'clock.
You've got a guy in your 3 o'clock? Alright,
yeah,
I'm
way
running.
over there on the ridge to the right. If you would just shoot that guy, that would be fantastic.
Alright.
I don't know exactly where he is. But I did take a bullet.
Ridge to the right.
Yeah, over here. This general area over here, a bullet came from there. Hurt me pretty badly. Alright, so they have this strange... interaction on the Mennonite planet. She finally tells him about the Red Angel. And then the next episode starts with the strangest statement I've heard in an episode of Star Trek in ages. That it's like... because they're doing Michael Burnham's log at the start of the next episode, and she's like, we have no idea what's going on with these signals. And I'm like, you 100% know what's going on with these signals. Why are you lying? Here's what's going on with the signals. A super intelligent alien force is sending messages to humanity generally and to me specifically. Like, you know that that's what's happening. There is no mystery that that is what's happening. You don't know the nature of the alien, you don't know what the alien wants, but you know what's happening.
You have a general idea.
Well, no, but you know that it's a super intelligent alien force with powers that you don't understand and can't quantify yet, right? You know it's a super intelligent alien force with some kind of cosmic level powers that you don't understand yet, right? And you have to look into it. But you can't say you have no idea what the signals are about. The signals are an attempt to communicate with humanity and get humanity to do things for it. You don't know what it wants, you don't know why it's come to you, but you know what's going on. And to even suggest for a second you don't know what's going on is crazy. Alright, I'm bleeding out. If you would help me with that, that would be amazing.
What happened here?
I may have dropped a grenade next to myself. Because I was trying to switch to a medikit. It's just too embarrassing to get into.
Alright.
Yeah. It's crazy for her to say, we don't know what's going on, when 100% they know exactly what's going on.
If you don't know what's going on, we can't help you.
So, now let's get to the second time in 2 episodes where someone doesn't go to a doctor.
When they have...
Yes, hallucinations. Like, who on earth has a hallucination and doesn't immediately go to a doctor? Okay, Tilly doesn't know she's a hallucination right away. It takes her a whole episode to figure it out, somehow. But she goes, she finds out it's a hallucination, and then she keeps her mouth shut. What if you've, and it's like, what if you've got a brain tumor?
Okay, you're kind of stressed. You know, you're in officer training.
Yeah, and maybe she's stressed and she doesn't want them to think that she's not capable. But what if you have a brain tumor? What if you have, what if you have a concussion? Remember last week when you got zapped by a gravity meteor and whipped into a bulkhead so hard there was blood pouring out of your ear? Maybe this is a symptom of that?
Yeah, you should have seen a doctor then.
No, she did see a doctor then, because she sees the hallucination in sickbay. But my point is, once you realize you're having hallucinations, your first assumption should be, it has something to do with the massive head trauma I received last week.
As an idea, yes.
Yeah, I think it's worth looking into. Maybe it has something to do with the massive head trauma I received. To the point where I'm like, what are you doing keeping this to yourself? And then, later in the episode, the least Star Trek thing I've ever seen happens. So, they go, and they talk, and they figure out, oh, it's one of the spores is talking to Tilly. Right?
Yeah.
And their first reaction is not, let's communicate it with it, let's find out what it wants, let's figure out what's going on here. Their first thing is, oh, let's build a machine to suck it out of her, possibly killing her.
And then let's jettison this being into a fire.
Like, what are you doing? No, don't they end the episode with it is still in the stasis field?
Do you think it won't end up in a fire?
No, I think they're going to try to communicate it with it next week. But my point is, within the world of the episode, Tilly is in no danger. Her life is not in danger. It is having no medical impact on her, right? And it wants to communicate. But instead of asking her to talk to it or attempting to communicate, their first attempt is grab it with a vacuum cleaner and just suck it up. Like, what are you doing? This is the least Star Trek thing I've ever seen. And I've seen Star Trek Voyager.
We both have.
What is happening in this episode? Like, I was so distracted by the bafflingness? By my bafflement at the Tilly storyline, that I have a hard time telling you what the rest of the episode was about. I guess
because there's so many problems with the Tilly storyline.
The Tilly storyline is gibberish. And we like Tilly, but that storyline is gibberish. And what was happening? Seriously, what was that? Oh, right. Spock was in a mental institution, and then
And then he murdered everyone and left.
well, he
I'm
didn't.
like,
He didn't
that
murder
doesn't
anybody.
sound right.
Obviously, somebody is trying to cover up what Spock knows, and so they killed the doctors and nurses he talked to. I mean, we all know that must be what happened. So let's cut on over to the Klingon planet for a second and say they are gradually working their way back to making Klingons look correct.
They're not acting correct, though.
They're not acting correct yet, but they're starting to look right, which I really did enjoy.
Well, I mean, it's a step in the right direction.
And how funny was the line of dialogue in the show? Now that the war's over, they're growing their hair again. I'm like, wow, you guys took a lot of flack for that, didn't you? For those weird, giant-headed, bald Klingons.
Oh, guess what I figured out as well?
What's that?
By the way, there's the guy to your right.
Yep, I see him.
Dealt with.
Well, I saw him shooting. Thank you. But anyway, what'd you figure
Clock, hi.
out? Up on the ridge?
Yep.
Alright, I'm not seeing him. Ow! He saw me, though! Oh, ow. Okay, that's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Nice shoot. I shot his dead body for good measure. But anyway...
I believe the term is make sure, but I believe I heard that the man who canceled Voyager
Yeah?
is the man who's running Star Trek Discovery.
That sounds crazy to me, so we're going to look into that. But I did love how quickly they went back on their Klingon redesign. Because it's like, first, they gave them all facial hair. Next, I'm guaranteed facial hair and like long hair. Next, you're going to see those heads shrink down. And if they do a season 3, we're going to have regular looking Klingons.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure by next time we're going to have regular looking Klingons. But, so, what's going on with their son?
Apparently,
Is that supposed to be someone we know?
I really hope so.
Like, because they make this big deal about how he's got this scar on his eye, and I'm like, is that someone we know?
See, I'd say it was supposed to be Martok, but we
that was
both
my
know
first
where.
thought.
We both know where Martok lost his eye, though.
Yeah, but did he already have a scar before he lost his eye? That's my question. I want to go back and look at a picture of Martok and see if he already had a scar before he lost his eye. Because then, yeah, maybe their kid is Martok. Everybody's favorite Klingon. I'm having a devil of a time hitting this searchlight. Oh, wait. Nice work.
You were way high. There's still a guy there. You're
Oh, there's
shooting
still a
about
guy up there?
3 feet high.
Oh, no. All right, that's pretty embarrassing. I was having trouble seeing where my bullets were hitting. Oh, yeah, okay, I see it now. Oh, is that him? I got nothing. Damn it.
That was on target, but the guy
ducked his head down. I really feel like I should be able to shoot through this wooden paneling.
I know you
that
should.
was so close. All right,
Yeah,
well,
if I keep this up, I'm just going to be out of ammunition. And
yeah, I know, right? So yeah, I'm like, is their son Martok? Because I think that's what everyone's first thought was. But he's got 2 eyes, and we know Martok loses his eye later, so we're going to have to see if Martok has any other facial scarring. Because that's an interesting question. Could that be? Could he be their son?
Guy up top.
When you say up top,
Tier 9.
Okay. My 9 is over here. I'm still up on that ridge?
In the sandbags, yes.
Okay. I'm running up because he can't angle at me from here, hopefully.
Got him.
Oh, nice. Well, you saved me some time. There's phonographs everywhere. So yeah, my first thought was, maybe it's Martok? And, ow! Okay, there was another one. Okay, that was embarrassing. Alright, he's very dead. Just so dead. By the way, are you using a controller for this?
No, I don't own a controller because I'm not a peasant.
Well, I don't know, because the great thing about the controller is you pull down the trigger, the left trigger, and you aim. You half pull down the trigger, and you can do aiming on screen without going into scope mode. So you can just iron sight your rifle. If you want to shoot a guy who's close up and not worry about it. So it's a nice addition to the game. Boom. Yeah, so the whole Spock part of this episode was meh. And then the weird part is that there's also a strange dialogue choice, because it's like, she says Spock had this image that he claimed was from before, that had drawn this thing, that he claimed was before the signal actually appeared. I'm like, he didn't claim anything. You found it in his personal diary.
You were rooting through his shit.
You were rooting through his diary, and there was a diary entry from like 2 weeks before the signal appeared. There was a picture of the signal. He didn't claim anything. He wasn't saying anything. Like, you violated his privacy, which is fine. You're worried about him. I get that. But it's like, he wasn't like a crazy man ranting about stuff. He drew a picture of it before the signals appeared. Like, this is not up for debate. I'm pretty sure whatever futuristic science diary he uses recorded when he made that drawing, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I heard a vehicle.
Okay. If you come up here with me, we've got guys we can like Simon. Oh my god, there's so many guys to snipe up here.
Okay, I'm heading up into the sniper tower. We need to destroy the motor pool.
Eventually. Let me just wait. Stop moving. Stop moving. Stop moving. All right, I got the guy. Come on up.
Thank you.
Whew, you were about to run right into that guy.
I have my MP40 out. I was going to be comfortable with that.
I was hoping we could do it quietly. Because, that's part of the whole point of the game. All right, so the guy we have to kill is in front of the tents, and there's some point-blank guys right in front of the tents as well. Do you have an angle on the general, or whatever he is?
I just dropped a strange goon.
Okay. Oh, do you have sound masking over there?
I don't see anything.
You're using the well rod. Sorry, I thought you meant... All right, so can you... Oh, God, there's a bunch of guys here, so...
I see 3 out front.
Yep, and one of them is the target. All right, well, I've got an eye on the target if you can take out the guys in the front. I'll tell you when the guy is in the clear, and I'm ready to shoot, and then you start going for the guys in the front, and I'll kill him.
Okay.
He's behind a tent at the moment, and theoretically I could shoot him through a tent, but I don't trust
That's not the way this game works, yes.
No. Well, no, actually the game does work. You can shoot through a tent, you just, you don't know if you're doing it accurately. All right, so let me know when you're ready to go, and I'll shoot
I'm good to go.
All right, now. He's dead. You got the 2 guys up front?
Yep.
Okay, there should be some guys coming from the ruins
there's a lot
to
of
your
guys.
right. Yeah.
What? I landed on my spine. I fell and landed on my spine.
Are you dead?
Nope.
Good. Ah, crap. Who's shooting me? Oh, damn it. This guy's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm better, but he's good. I'm going to heal up. You try and keep the cover going. So, yeah, I guess what I'm saying is very weak episodes in Star Trek Discovery this time.
Even by the standards of Discovery, which aren't...
Yeah. And by the way, there is no more embarrassing moment than, like, the scene where they're playing with all of their stuff, all of their, Starfleet technology stuff, and then a phaser goes off, and I'm like, he got injured. I'm like, how are you explaining that this is just, that this is just random? Like, how can you not say that this is obviously the people whose whose high technology this is? Let's drag him to the church. We'll be fine. Like, and then he gets... And I mean, obviously they don't know about teleporters, and to them it would look like the same technology that brought their ancestors there in the first place. Like, I get that, but at the same time, he had a space gun, and it went off and badly hurt him.
Also, negligent discharge. How are you so bad?
Well, yeah, my question is... I mean, I don't know how phasers work, but I gotta ask, do they not, like, have some kind of a lockout?
Safety? What
Do
about...
they not have a safety?
Trigger discipline?
Can you really... Well, no, but I mean, he didn't pull the trigger. The random space person did. Like, the other person pulled the trigger, and then he just grabbed it in time and tackled them to the ground so they didn't get hurt. It wasn't his fault, but at the same time, I really feel like the phaser itself... Although, again, going back to the original series, there were scenes of, like, cave people finding a phaser and, accidentally killing themselves, so... If we're accepting this as part of the same timeline, maybe there were no safeties on phasers back in the day. You know, maybe there were no fingerprint locks, or it only works if it's held by someone wearing a Starfleet badge.
Dude,
No, I know. Like, I
I
know.
own a Lee Enfield number 4 Mark 1. That shit is almost a century old.
And it is
It has
safer
a
than the
safety.
phasers. I know. I know, and it's safer than the phasers they use in Starfleet.
Like,
You make a strong point. I'm not saying you're wrong. I am idiotically coming to this show's defense. And at some point I have to wonder why I keep doing that.
okay, how do we blow up these trucks?
They should have exposed radiators, and you put bullets into the radiators. I'm getting shot by somebody on top of a scaffolding. If you've got an angle on him, that would be great.
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's wearing
Is he
body
dead?
armor. That's interesting.
Nice. Is he dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just wearing an undershirt.
Oh, okay. So it looked like a flak jacket, but it was just an undershirt. Okay, well that's good. But anyway, so yeah, it's that part really bothered me. But so much dumb stuff in these 2 episodes, and like I said, like the Spock stuff is all just table setting, so we'll see where that goes. But the Tilly stuff is not only so dumb, right? But it's so not Star Trek. That's what really bothered me about it. It is so profoundly. That's not what the Federation is. That's not what how the Federation
That's not
operates.
how they do.
You just encountered a new intelligence. Don't stand that close to it.
All right, well, here, you start detonating the trucks then.
Okay.
I'll put it in work.
All right. I think I can light a fire next to its gas tank. All right. So yeah, again, we're going to keep watching it. I want to see where the season's going. Like, it is interesting to me, but oh my god. I lost a lot of what little faith I have in the show based on their treatment of the Tilly storyline and the fact that they're like, yeah, let's just murder this space alien. Because they had no... Now, I know they didn't kill it, but they had no reason to believe the thing they were doing wouldn't kill it. Like, they had no reason to think, oh, no, it's just going to be fine. We're just sucking it out of its host body with a vacuum cleaner. I'm sure it's going to be okay. You know, there's like no reason for the characters to think that, so it really bothered me that they were behaving so cavalierly. Because again, you're supposed to be Starfleet.
Okay, there's dynamite by those 2 trucks. You just need to shoot it.
Oh, where is it?
Ow!
Did you shoot it?
Maybe.
Yeah, well, you know, give me a heads up next time. Before you do that. Alright, so let's
There
move
sure
on
seems to be a lot of fire over by that one.
Let's move over to Punisher Season 2, shall we?
Okay.
Jesus. Alright, so the plot moves forward in dribs and drabs. We get a lot more. Some might argue, too much more, Billy.
Billy? I mean, yeah, kind of the star.
Like, again, I'm not mad at his performance. You know, I think the actor's doing a pretty perfectly acceptable job with the material he's giving. I just, like, I don't understand anything that is happening in the world of this show.
Well,
Like, he has the worst therapist in the world.
yeah, but this is not a high bar by any standard. You have the worst.
And that's the thing. It's like, by the way, Harley Quinn is a therapist. This lady's worse.
Yes, measurably worse.
Oh,
I'm going to
God,
point
it's-
out, as
Yeah.
some variety of medical professional,
Yeah.
banging your patients is a big party foul.
Yes! Oh my god, what is wrong with you, lady? Like, I know she's got some past trauma and blah, 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 and Billy is filling in a role for her of someone she lost before, and blah, but it's like, lady! He's a crazy murderer! Like,
You can't not know he's a crazy murderer.
he was brought into this place for murdering 20 cops! Like, everyone knows who he is and what he did. He murdered 20 cops. I'm surprised he was brought in alive. You know, whatever Frank's intention was, it's weird that the cops brought him in alive. Oh, and it's like, I'm not saying that, they should have treated all of the people with toes they stubbed on the way to the carousel first, but that is something that historically cops have done. When someone was when a guy who shot a bunch of cops was bleeding to death. Like, historically, that's something cops have been known to do.
If you're talking about North Hollywood, that's a
I
little
am
different.
talking about the North Hollywood shootout, yes.
Specifically, the issue with North Hollywood was the ambulance crews were too afraid
to go into the area.
Yeah. And given
that.
the extent of the man's injuries,
he probably wouldn't have made it anyway.
Considering one of these SWAT officers did a full mag dump with an MP5 into his lower legs.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God.
Yeah, no. He wasn't going to make it.
The thing that's so crazy about it is the North Hollywood shootout is the movie Heat, but it happened after Heat.
Yes.
It's just weird
badly injured, and there's a guy with
I'm on my way. I'm on my way. It's just weird that, like, the plot of the movie Heat happened in real life after the movie Heat came out.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy, actually. But yeah, all of the Billy Russo stuff, I'm like, okay, so I get that they're trying to say something about vets not having a place in North America, right? Like, I get that, but you're not making the best point, because these are all guys who need to be in therapy for their PTSD. You know?
Part of the issue...
Like these are just regular guys who can't find work and blah, 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 blah. These are all guys with severe problems. And if you want to make the point that the real issue here is we need better health care for vets, and especially mental health care for vets. I know, I saw it. I just had to kill the guy who was shooting at you.
Well, this is a historical issue from the time of, like, Alexander the Great. They had...
Oh, no, absolutely.
All these veterans who really didn't have any skills beyond murder.
Nope. And they all had really bad, bad instincts, bad muscle memory, stuff that's going to create a lot of problems in the real world. And then there's no support system for them after they get back. And I just wish the show was being clearer that that's what it was trying to say. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the issue that the show is trying to bring up is that when you have a whole bunch of disaffected, untreated, angry veterans in one place, you're going to have a bad time.
That's true. Like that, like, I get that, but it's like, I just don't know if this show is using that as a device or is, like, attempting to say we need to reach out and make a criticism of that. It feels kind of like they're just using that as a plot device, which seems a little disrespectful to me.
I do agree it is reasonably disrespectful.
Okay, good.
My issue is more that when it comes to treating these issues with respect, maybe we shouldn't be looking to the Punisher.
Well, no, but we shouldn't be looking to the Punisher.
There's a guy coming up behind you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Maybe we shouldn't be looking to the Punisher, but maybe the Punisher shouldn't be, like, treading on these issues.
Well,
because look at how badly it did the first season with its crazy murderer, who shot everyone who worked for Billy without any trouble at all. I'm like, Jesus, Billy, you're not very good at training people, are you? Because all of your guys got shot by one crazy person.
Oh, yeah, there is that. No, part of my issue is stuff like more along the lines of, I got the guy behind you, by the way.
Thank you. I went looking for him, but no, you've already got him. Yay. More along the lines of, yes.
This is a recurring theme, both in the comics and the show.
Now in the show.
In terms of not just treating the issue with respect, it's good that they made it a talking point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't hear anyone offering any solutions.
The thing is, there are solutions to these problems. Like, there's job training, there's mental health support. Like, you've got to come in. There's freaking stop having these, voluntary wars. Like, there's all sorts of things they could be doing, but they're not doing it, and the fact that they're not doing it is the real issue.
I shot him right in the cornhole.
But it's like, there's this thing where there's this, how do I put this? This very simple statement that, like, the government is letting its people down. I'm like, yeah, but talk specifically how the government is letting its people down, and show that it's like, this is not an impossible problem to solve. It's been solved before. America helped the people who came back from World War II in Korea. They only stopped helping come Vietnam, and it's time to start asking why.
I think part of it is when it comes to World War II veterans, it wasn't a matter of they helped them so much as these people started out generally with jobs because they started in the job market earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't all drafted, and they weren't all professional soldiers. They were guys who did jobs and lived lives, and then they went off to war, and then they came back.
And then they picked up where they left off, and a lot of them. This also goes back to the availability of blue-collar jobs.
Yes,
that weren't a death
middle
sentence.
And lower and middle class people. Yeah, there used to be huge amounts of blue-collar jobs, and whereas now, because you've got people, everybody in the army is someone who just joined the army. And the only skill they learned was soldiering, and that does not have a lot of uses in the real world.
A lot of them are joining up at 18. They always
17 or 18, yeah.
Exactly, but a lot of these guys in World War II had been...
Yeah, they were like 25 years old. They're already full-grown men when they go off to war.
Well, beyond that, a lot of them at 18 had been working for about 4 years.
Yeah, there's that too. You're right.
Right?
Yeah, like they already had a glimpse of what the real world was outside the army before they went off to war, and that's a completely different look. And that creates this completely different mindset, which I think is important to look at in this, especially when you're talking about this specific issue of the veterans who are... I feel like reinforcements are going to come down this road after we do the next objective, just FYI.
So, okay, hold on. Which road?
This one here. I put a landmine down, but maybe you want to do that as well, right up here. It's been a while. It's been a bunch of years since I played this game, but I feel like this road, we're going to have some reinforcements.
Yeah, there's
so if you
one.
want to put down some dynamite, I'm going to go get up on the sniper's nest.
2.
You want to go inside
and
trigger
a
the
nice
next...
little choke point here, and 3 landmines.
All right, that should be good.
Um,
Doing your count von count thing, are you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got 20 bullets. That should do me just fine in this sniper's nest. There we go. Perfect. I
really
am ready whenever you want to start that next thing by examining the guy and going inside the base. Go for it. So yeah, like there are these serious problems with the entire culture of men in the military that the show acknowledges as existing and uses as a plot device, but doesn't really seem to have anything to say about.
Yeah, I think that'd be the issue if it had something to say in terms of, hey, we shouldn't be, recruiting 18-year-olds.
Yeah. You shouldn't be going to the poorest places in America and setting up in the parking lot outside the high school and saying, come join the military. That's not the best way to get this kind of a fighting force.
Well, admittedly, you do. The military presents a number of very important options for the poor in order to advance themselves.
Of course.
Through the GI program. And if you're living in...
they will get a college education.
If you're living in ass-fuck West Virginia, where...
It's the only way out, yes. Yeah.
The only way out is feet first or the military.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. All right, hold on a second. I'll be
No,
right
no, and
back.
I'm not saying I don't get why they do it. I do get why they do it, but like, it made more sense when there weren't active wars going on. Like that made sense throughout the Cold War as a way to handle this stuff. But now that there's active wars going on, you got to figure out a better way to deal with this, because you're essentially saying throw the poor people into a meat grinder. Everyone else just gets to pretend none of it is happening.
Well,
And again, this is the kind of issue the show should be addressing, and it's
well,
just not.
if you look at a lot of these kids,
Yeah,
who
you
are
have to
going
interact with the
Marine,
guy to.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, you're saying.
So a lot of this stems back to the lack of blue collar jobs.
Oh no, absolutely.
Because let's face it, a lot of the crayon eaters in the Marine Corps probably not college material.
What you're saying is back in the day that those guys could be expected to go and start working in a factory and just spend the rest of their lives assembling things. They would have been fine, but those jobs don't exist anymore.
Well, specifically in the case of World War II veterans, a lot of these guys left jobs in factories.
Yeah, and their wives took the jobs, and then they
Exactly.
came home and took the jobs back when the war ended.
Exactly. So they had something to go back to, and they had real opportunities for advancement, for
Here they come.
they had real opportunities for actual ass work, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, back when there were factories and unions, that was a real thing. All right. So we're ambushing the general. Der General. So just mechanically speaking, as a plot, also, once you know that he's planning to rob a bank, you can just call the cops. And I know the characters say that, but Frank doesn't really have a good answer to that.
Admittedly, these guys do seem rather well armed for the cops.
Oh no, they do, but I mean Frank could always provide support in some way. But you can say to the cops, "Hey, remember that guy who killed 20 cops? Yeah, he's gonna rob a bank, and he's got 6 vets with assault rifles with him. So maybe
Also,
look into that." I think the cops come up with a proportionate response to that.
Also, is it just me or
Oh, okay. Well, the mine worked fine, apparently.
we didn't need the other 6?
We didn't need the other 6. I honestly thought there were going to be more people coming. And then just one armored car with a general in it. But no, there was just one armored car with a general in it. So yeah.
Deuces, we out.
We really are. But anyway, you were saying.
I also noticed in these couple of episodes the quality of the shooting and the kinetics and the action scenes just dropped really hard.
No, the whole bank robbery gunfight thing. I mean, that was the only major action scene in all 4 episodes. And it was across 2 episodes. But it was really hard to follow. It was not well shot. It was not satisfying to watch. And if I'm being kind, which I've decided to try to be kind,
Yes.
I would say that they were trying to, because it is such an emotionally fraught sequence for Frank, they're having it not make sense visually to show how Frank is all messed up and he can't take Billy out, right?
Yeah.
If I were trying to make excuses for the show, that is what I would say. And you know what? I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see how the action for the rest of the season plays out.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't impressed.
No, it
Because
didn't look
even
good at all.
compared, it didn't look good. It looked like, okay, well, we've got 8 airsoft guns and some After Effects, and let's hope for the best.
Yeah. No, it really did not. I mean, especially because they'd done interesting stuff in the motel shootout with the same kind of situation of Frank being pinned down, but you always had a good sense of where everybody was, what was happening, what the stakes were. Whereas this, it's just hectic nonsense. And that really bothered me.
Well, and the guns look cheap. Because I'm looking
That's
at all
true.
those MP7s, I'm like, airsoft.
They were just all airsoft guns.
Yeah, it's like airsoft, cheap plastic props.
Yeah, they looked very light. Like, it looked like people were swinging them around and hefting them. Like, they didn't have any heft to them at all.
Yeah,
Especially when Billy's got this gun that's got this, what, 50 bullet double drum magazine on it?
that's a 100 round beta mag, and
Oh, it's
that
100 rounds. And I'm like,
that
shouldn't
thing,
that weigh a ton?
speaking from experience, it weighs about 7 pounds.
Whoa, okay. And then you got the gun on top of that.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's not nothing.
yeah, and his weird side handle. Okay, cool aesthetics, I get it,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm just kind of like,
And where does that thing eject? Because if you hold the side handle on the right, no, he's holding. I was about to say, is he holding the side? No, he's holding the side handle
on the
on the
left.
left, so it's fine. So it's not going to get. It's not going to eject in the way.
Yeah, it's not going to eject brass.
Right at his arm.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, he's got the side handle on the left. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, he wasn't hitting anything, so maybe the side handle was a bad move.
bad call on
Because
that one.
he didn't hit anything with that gun. He shot out the engine block on a cop car. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, he turned bullets in. He turned money into noise. That's what he did.
Jesus. Yeah, but they're like they've got these guns and they're just kind of swinging them around. You don't really feel the weight of any of it, and
Even the
everyone,
effects seem cheap.
yeah, no, they did. Even the effects seem cheap in that. And then you got this moment where like they lose. So Frank kills a guy, right? And then Frank's doctor buddy takes down a guy, right? So that's two guys they took down. And then they execute two more people. So at the end of that scene, they got a bag of money and they're down to what, 3 soldiers other than Billy.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's take this up a notch. And I'm like, you just shot up downtown Manhattan. Everybody knows who you are. And none of this went, like, all of this plan went terribly. And Billy's pitch is, let's do more of this, and everybody's ready to sign up.
Yeah, everyone's down with that for some reason.
Like, he's talking about a suicide pact. It's like that scene in The Dark Knight where the Joker's like, I don't care about anything. I'm about to set $5 billion on a fire. All of you gunmen, join up with me. And I'm like, to join a suicide cult? You know, we could just shoot you and keep
take
the
the money.
$5 billion. That's $5 billion. Like, how does that work? And I mean, I know Billy's thing is smaller stakes, but at the same time, he's like asking them to join a suicide cult. You know?
That's exactly what it is.
And they're all completely down for that. And yeah, I know they're all PTSDing pretty hard, but you met this guy 2 days ago.
You know, this sounds like a situation for a suicide pact.
Oh my god. All right. So yeah, I mean, there's 5 more episodes for the next week. For next week's show, we're gonna watch the other 5 episodes. I'm gonna see where this goes. We're all gonna see where this goes. We're gonna see what happens. But this whole Billy thing seems so ill-conceived because at the same time, over to the left of the story, you got Josh Stewart over there just being creepy.
Yep, just kicking it.
Being charmingly creepy, shooting a bunch of Russians, just showing up and confronting Agent Madani and not worrying about it at all. Like, way to go! You get the line from the Russians about how it's like there's no, doing the line from Network about there's no country anymore. There's just people with money. And they have more, and these guys who Josh Stewart worked for have more money than anybody else. Like, I like that that concept. And I like how even the Russian guy's like, no, I'll get out of the country. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm out.
I wanted to make a move on Josh Stewart's people. It didn't work. I'm getting out of here. And he doesn't do a good job of it. He doesn't get in a helicopter right away. He does get killed, but they're doing a good job of setting up how impressed we're supposed to be. And you get a scene where, oh god, I'm blanking on Frank's adopted daughter's name. What's the character's name?
Well, we get 8 names for her.
That's true. I guess that maybe that's why I have such a hard time remembering them. Where she decides to try out her gun thing on Frank when he's having a bad day, and I'm like, You knew he was going, like, I get why they did that for a character and he has to yell at her and she has to be chagrined. I get that, but it's like, you knew he was going out to kill Billy.
You
This,
also
like,
know,
even if it had gone really well, this wouldn't be a good time to test out your skills.
beyond that, he's clearly a very damaged individual.
Oh, yeah, no, he has all sorts of bad, like, just the worst reflexes. Like,
As
this
an
is a man
idea.
who's ready to pop off at a moment. And that's great for being the Punisher, but I would never want to be the one surprising the Punisher.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be it. Just being like, oh, hey, how's it going?
I do have to ask, though, because there's this weird thing where, like, everyone refuses to tell Billy. Like, she keeps refusing to tell Billy what he did. I'm like, even after he had a run-in with Frank and had his mind destroyed? And it makes me wonder, does everyone know that Billy killed Frank's family?
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is, Agent Madani knows, the CIA knows. Would that be something that was actually in his file? Because it's not like that's a crime he was charged with.
Yeah.
Like, I think his doctor, there's a good chance his doctor might not actually know that Billy killed Frank's family.
But even then, it was so... Wasn't it indirect, if I remember right?
Well, no, but he set Frank up, is the thing.
Yeah.
To get murdered. So it's not like he was there, and that's what I'm saying. He's not charged with the crime. So there's actually a good chance that the doctor doesn't know he's responsible for the creation of the Punisher and Frank's family's death. So I'm like, why wouldn't you just tell him when it's clearly troubling him so much and causing all of this tsuris for the guy? And I think there is a good chance she doesn't know exactly what he did to Frank.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Yeah. But you know what? Maybe that'll pay off later. Okay, so we're going to wrap up here. If you want to join us back here next time, we're going to be watching episode 204 of Discovery, 208 and 9 of Counterpart, and then, of course, the rest of the season of The Punisher. So that should be good. And that's episode 209 to 213 of The Punisher. Do you have a quiz for the people?
Ooh, what flavor?
I mean, if you have a Star Trek quiz, go. But if not, Punisher.
Oh, I've always have Star Trek quizzes.
Star Trek quiz it is. Get it done.
All right. What series?
Oh. Because we're talking about Martok, let's do a Deep Space Nine. We love Martok.
We do love Martok.
He's one of the best Klingons ever.
He is the best
He might
Klingon.
be the best. He might be the best Klingon.
Name 2 Dahar Masters.
Oh, nice! Okay, that's a really good quiz. Yes. In the comments section below the video, name 2 Dahar Masters, and you will get and you will win a prize. I would encourage you to do that, because that's pretty beautiful. Oh, God. Deep Space Nine was the best.
It was it was exceptional.
Yeah.
My only issue is I wish we got
What?
some of the same level of depth that we got from Babylon 5.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, the planning of Babylon 5 and the way Babylon 5 was produced allowed them to do things that Deep Space Nine
Could never do.
Could never do. I mean, we will always love the story of best space friends, Miles O'Brien and Julian Bashir, the best friends in the history of space. But you just can't do what they did with Jakar and Londo on a series like that. You just can't. You know? The most complicated relationship in the history of fiction. Jakar and Londo Mollari. You just can't do that. Yeah, like in a show that has to be episodic. Like you can't. Oh, Jakar and Londo.
Well, beyond
Those
that,
will always
even
be my favorite.
like all of the character relationships on that show were just incredibly deep.
Yeah, so dense. There's so much going on with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the best show. Everybody knows it's the best show. We love Deep Space Nine. Babylon 5's the best show. And, Deep Space Nine was largely a ripoff of Babylon 5.
Yep.
I mean, we all know what happened. Rick Berman heard about Babylon 5, and he's like, I'm getting there first! Ha-ha! And he didn't get there first, but he did, rip him off pretty hardcore.
Well, I'm actually kind of happy he did rip it off because...
we got Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, pretty much.
The best Star Trek show. Yeah, it's like, you did rip him off, but we got the best Star Trek show out of it. All right, so meet us back here for more of this kind of stuff, but until then, au revoir.